Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. We're catching up with McKendree football coach Mike Babcock following the Bearcats' 65-0 home win on Halloween over Lincoln University. And coach, it was a game the Bearcats seemed to click on all cylinders, offensively, defensively, special teams. You get a score from all three units. McKendree rolls to a 42-0 lead, puts up nearly 600 yards of total offense. The defense as well allows the season low in yardage. You really had to be pleased with the all-around effort.
Absolutely. I think in all three phases is really what you want as a coach, to really kind of be clicking on all cylinders, and it was definitely a fun day for the Bearcats.
Offensively, Isaac Fisher, his normal numbers, actually completed his first 16 passes of the ball game, goes 26 of 30, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, runs for a score. A lot of other guys get involved, though. He completed passes to 9 different receivers. Cheyenne Edwards ran for a pair of touchdowns. So really, everybody on offense, it seemed like every time they touched the ball did something positive.
You know, I think Isaac probably played his best game. Now, unfortunately, he did have 2 interceptions in the game, but at the same point, he still had over 86%, throwing, and that's pretty much unheard of for a quarterback. So he did a very nice job, but I think the big thing that we saw offensively was third down. Okay, we were able to stay on the field, and another big stat that doesn't really get in there is we actually had no negative plays. So we always had positive plays on every play. So we didn't have a sack, we didn't have a minus couple yards on a run game. So we were able to move the ball and get drives and really finish in the red zone with points, and that's what we expect.
Defensively, one of the positives, you put constant pressure on the Lincoln quarterback from the first snap till the final gun. It seemed like defensive linemen and linebackers were in the backfield constantly all 4 quarters, matched the season high with 8 sacks, and you got players stepping up, making plays, not necessarily big name players for the Bearcats. Somebody like Jeremiah Wilkins, who steps in front of a pass, returns at 30 yards for a score.
Sure, the best thing I saw defensively was their focus, and really that kind of reckless abandon that we've talked about before the game, of just going out there, having fun and flying around. And we were able to get pressure on the quarterback, whether it was just our 4 defensive linemen, whether we wanted to bring a blitz and was able to hit home. But a lot of different guys getting those sacks, which was definitely nice to see. Obviously, Jeremiah was in the right position at the right time, and was able to pick it off and then end up scoring on that play. But very happy for the defense. Again, did a phenomenal job of getting to the quarterback, getting off the field, and the biggest stat is obviously the points. When you don't allow any points in a game, you're going to win a lot of football games.
First time in more than 5 seasons, McKendree has posted a shutout, so that's definitely a positive stat you want to take away from that ball game. Looking at special teams, you even got contributions there. Carter Vance, who was GLVC Special Teams Player of the Week, blocks a punt attempt in the 3rd quarter. Jordan Osborne picks it up, runs it back for a touchdown, recover a fumble on a kickoff. So really the special teams were stepped up as well.
Absolutely. It all starts with special teams and how fast and physical you can go. And Carter did a very nice job on our block, and really coming to the edge of the shield and getting a hand on it. The ball was kind of fumbling around in the back, and Jordan had the smarts to actually scoop and score, which is what we coach and teach. And he had a little parade of other guys or whatever leading him into the end zone a little bit. So definitely a momentum changer. Definitely a nice job, by that. And then, like I said, or like you alluded to, the fumble recovery on kickoff. Just guys making plays. I mean, playing with that reckless abandon, playing fast, playing hard. Definitely nice to see.
All those positives add up to 1-0 on the week for the Bearcats. They're now 6-2 on the year, go to 4-2 in the conference, back in a tie for second place in the GLVC standings after the Missouri S&T loss. But a big senior day coming up on Saturday as the Bearcats host their perennial rival, Quincy University, a team you've faced multiple times before. Last year's game went down to the wire. The Bearcats jumped out to a quick lead. Quincy battled back on their home turf, made it 28-21, had the ball late. Lucky Bar gets a sack, strip, a fumble recovery, ends up with a 7-point win. A good way to end the season. I'm sure you want to end the home season on a strong note today, this week.
Absolutely. This is a good football team that we're playing. This is a physical team. You alluded to a couple great things that we have coming up this week. The fact that it's senior day, last home game, so guys are going to hopefully be excited to kind of finish out, especially on a high note. And then also the fact that we're playing an in-state rivalry in Quincy University, and we want to be known as one of the best Division II teams in the state, well, here you go. This is your chance this week to show us that you can do that. So, like I said, very good football team. Last year was definitely close the entire game, really. We might have scored early on, but they kept battling back and it kept going back and forth and really went to the final minute in order to do this. So, physical team. They like to run the ball. They've got great secondary, in my opinion. They're fast on defense and play hard. This is a very tough team that will play hard for 60 minutes like they did last week against Truman State.
This could shape up as a battle of two of the top quarterbacks in the GLVC. Isaac Fisher for McKendree, Nick Lonergan for Quincy, who's put up some eye-popping statistics of his own. Those two have really set themselves above the rest of the pack in GLVC in terms of the guys who call the signals for their teams.
Well, I think Nick's a very good quarterback. He's the type of guy that knows where to go with the football. He's very poised in the pocket. He's able to get the ball out on time and make a lot of plays. That's why he's successful. But that's also what you expect out of a 4-year quarterback. But he does a very nice job, and hopefully we can do some things to be able to corral him and be able to hopefully mess with his game a little bit. And then when it comes to our offense, and then you talk about Isaac, it really just comes down to execution. We know that we're going to see certain coverages, certain blitzes, certain stunts. It's really just, can we throw and catch, and can we come out and execute? And if we can do those things, then obviously we'll have another big day.
We alluded to it earlier, this obviously being senior day at Lehman Field. 11 seniors will be honored prior to kickoff on Saturday. And this is a group, not necessarily the biggest senior group that McKendree's ever seen, but it's an impactful group in the fact that you've got the vast majority of them are starters on this team, and they helped lead and complete this transition to Division II and help this team take their first steps in GLVC play.
Absolutely. This is it's kind of a bittersweet moment for these guys because I think they wish they could continue playing, this great game. But it's nice to kind of finish it up, and hopefully we can finish it up with a win for those guys. Really excited about this group. We talk about all the time about leaving your legacy, and really that's what these last two games are really all about. Leave the place better than you found it, and hopefully we can kind of finish out right and come away with a win.
Coach, good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Bearcats versus Hawks will be carried live on the Bearcat Sports Network. Joe Zidlow will have the call beginning with the pregame show at 12:45 at www.mckbearcats.com.